We are less than 24 hours away from the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. A live look at the United Center where political heavyweights will descend and watch Vice President Kamala Harris formally accept the Democratic presidential nomination. Our own Jessica Moore joins us live from Chicago with details on what we can expect this week. Jessica.
Allie, we are live outside Chicago's famous Navy Pier, the site of this massive welcome party that's happening right now for all of the delegates who flew in from all around the country to be in town this week. The city of Chicago says they expect about 50,000 visitors for the DNC, including 5,000 delegates and 15,000 members of the media. We're all gathered here to watch Vice President Kamala Harris ushered in as the Democratic nominee for president.
We will win.
The road to the Democratic presidential nomination came fast and furiously for Vice President Kamala Harris, and she wasted no time explaining why she is the right person to beat Donald Trump.
I held Wall Street banks accountable for fraud. Well, Trump was just found guilty of fraud. I will proudly put my record against his every day of the week.
In the last month, Harris went from President Biden's 2024 running mate to leading the Democratic ticket. The Harris campaign raised more than $310 million since President Biden withdrew from the race, including $36 million in the 24 hours after naming Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate.
He'll gut Social Security, pull your health care, underfund public schools, all of it. That's damn right. Damn right. We're not going back.
On Sunday, Vice President Harris and Governor Walz kicked off their big week with a rally in Pennsylvania.
You've got a lot of work, Pennsylvania, on your shoulders right now that you're carrying, and you who are here volunteering to do this work. And we're going to get it done.
In the latest CBS News Battleground Tracker poll out Sunday morning, Pennsylvania is a dead heat, as are the other battleground states of Michigan and Wisconsin.
I very much consider us the underdog. We have a lot of work to do to earn the vote of the American people.
The new momentum adding to the building excitement around this week's convention. Vice President Harris earned enough delegates to secure the Democratic nomination in a virtual roll call 2 weeks ago, but will formally accept the party's nomination for president this week. New York has 298 delegates. New Jersey has 142, and Connecticut has 73.
There's never been this much excitement. She's brought back the joy.
And what do you think about Walz as her VP pick?
I think it showed good judgment that she chose Walz. He's a very likable guy from Minnesota, governor, former coach, former teacher, former veteran. All of the ingredients that Americans love and respect.
I spoke with New York Assemblywoman Jennifer Rajkumar about her excitement in serving as a New York delegate for the very first time here in Chicago.
These past few weeks have re-energized the Democratic Party like never before. We see crowds, we see energy and hope. We believe that we are saving democracy.
During the day, delegates will finalize and adopt a platform describing what the Democratic Party stands for and outlining their plan to implement those policies if Harris is elected. Evenings, of course, just like with the RNC, will showcase speakers, including the vice president. She's expected to outline her policy positions on these key issues, such as the border and the economy. And in addition to the vice president, campaign insiders confirmed to CBS News a star-studded speaker lineup. President Biden will kick things off tomorrow. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton will also speak Monday. Former President Obama is scheduled to speak on Tuesday, followed by vice presidential candidate Tim Walz and former President Bill Clinton on Wednesday. And then, of course, the week wraps up with Vice President Harris on Thursday. But, of course, as you well know, a convention of this magnitude does not happen without some extreme security measures. The city of Chicago has been preparing for this week for many months now. Security is extremely tight around the United Center. We saw that firsthand today with riot barricades set up and checkpoints in place for cars.
Local police department has worked with the Secret Service as well as other local agencies to ensure a safe, peaceful, yet vibrant, exciting convention.
And officials say they will continue to monitor nearby protests. We saw some of those protests forming even tonight. Demonstrators have been planning to protest against Biden's administration's support for Israel and its war against Hamas. And we've just learned that the National Guard has been placed on standby here in Chicago as some protesters have already begun to gather in the city. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump is once again trying to outshine Vice President Harris, as is the case during elections. Several of the former president's surrogates have gathered here in Chicago at Trump Tower. Yesterday, Trump was in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania for a rally where he escalated his personal attacks against Harris.
I'm a better looking person than Kamala. I'm better looking than she is. In her speech yesterday, Kamala went full communist.
Trump also continues to attack Harris on social media in dozens of posts today alone, repeating the baseless claims like Harris uses artificial intelligence to fake videos of her crowd size. But back out here live, one of the big topics that a lot of the delegates we've been speaking with and a lot of the politicians we've been speaking with, one of the things they're really concerned with is immigration. We've learned that Mayor Adams will be here in Chicago, not speaking on the main convention stage, but meeting with a lot of those lawmakers, specifically mayors from other big cities who have dealt with this immigration crisis and the influx of migrants. We are live here in Chicago. Jessica Moore, CBS News, New York. Allie, it's all you.
And Jessica, do we have any idea what Mayor Adams hopes to accomplish in speaking to other Democrats about immigration there?
Yeah, we actually asked him about that last week, and he said his main goal is to once again reiterate the very clear position to the White House that he wants more control of the border. And in the meantime, he wants to expedite those work authorizations for the migrants. And he also said, sort of candidly, he's looking forward to sort of commiserating with other mayors who have gone through the same experience, specifically the mayors who have praised his administration's handling of the migrant crisis. I think it's sort of a meeting of the minds between people who are dealing with this ongoing issue as a country. Allie?
Jessica Moore live in Chicago for us. Jessica, thank you. And look for Jessica's live reports from the DNC this week right here on CBS News New York. And our Marsha Kramer will be in studio with analysis.